contact, eye to eye. I walked up on her, now she acting all surprised. I asked her what she drinking, Casamigo with a lime. Bought her another drink, now she acting like she mine. But you fine, you a 10, girl. What's your name, where your friends, girl? Another shot for the bad girls who don't know how to act right. She said I'm down, she ain't think twice. Another round if you ask nice. 5 figure, 10 figure. She only wanna with a rich. Everything on me, I know. 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 Contact, eye to eye. I walked up on her, now she acting all surprised. I asked her what she drinking, Casamigo with a lime. Bought her another drink, now she acting like she mine. But she fine, so I hit the bartender like another round on me. How many shots do you wanna put it down on me? You got good taste, baby, tell me what you down to do. With a clown and the joke's on you. I gotta hand it to you. I just wanna be in your orbit, cause that booty like a planet, gigantic, that shit enormous. I just wanna take you home for the night, going in the morning. Girl, I'm not the type of nigga you want, and that's a warning. 5 figure, 10 figure. She only wanna with a rich. Everything on me, I know. Everything on me, I know. Everything on me, I know. Everything on me, I know.
Mm. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday to you, or happy Monday to y'all. Welcome to this special late night stream tonight, y'all. Um, I want to go ahead and talk about this topic tonight. Normally, I'll just wait until I do my show, the next day, but I believe that I needed to just really talk about this right now. This is one of the type of lives that I just want to get this out right now. I can't wait on it or nothing like that because once when I talk about this is going to be one of these topics that hopefully is going to be one and done. Going to talk about this one time and be done with it. While I'll be talking about other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Uh, Not to say that I don't care about what's going on because I honestly do, but at the same time, there are other pressing matters that I have to talk about as well too. So that's why I'm saying that I just want to go ahead and just talk about it right now, and just be on one and done with this. Now I don't, I'm not worried about people viewing this like live right now. For us, like people being in my chat, nothing like that. I'm not worrying about that at all. Period. If people want to catch this, if they're not here, if they want to catch the replay more, they are more than welcome to go and catch the replay of this because it will be posted on my channel. All right. So um, let's have this conversation tonight, y'all. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. As y'all know, if y'all been keeping up with the whole storyline, right? This whole storyline started off with Kanye West. All right, yay. All right. It started off with him allegedly making a lot of anti-Semitic um, comments and stuff about the Jewish community. All right. So from there, Kanye ended up creating this whole entire debacle. It lasted for weeks, whatever. Meanwhile, um, Kyrie Irving ended up making a Twitter post, right? And within his Twitter post, he was basically endorsing this movie that I'm going to talk about. All right. So Kyrie was endorsing this movie and stuff, right? And so the Jewish community, once again, they felt what he said was anti-Semitic because he was, he agreed with a lot of the points that was talked about in the movie. So we're gonna talk about this tonight, y'all. We're gonna talk about this. Yeah, you say I sound very low. Oh, hold up. Let me adjust my volume. Let me adjust my volume, y'all. Jeez Louise. Give me a second. Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, how do I sound now? Do I still sound low, or do I sound better? Salute to you, Miss Coco. All right, how I'm sounding now? Much better. All right. Appreciate you tuning in, by the way. All right, so let's jump into this. All right. So first of all, um, let me give y'all my background again. Okay. A lot of people who been following my streams, right? A lot of people know my religious background. All right. So once again, I'm gonna share with y'all my religious background, and I'm going to go into more in depth about it because I believe that I never went into full depth about my religious background. Okay, so let me explain this to y'all. All right, now, my parents, right? My parents my parents were both religious. My father was a Baptist pastor, right? But however, my mother is a Hebrew Israelite. Once again, my father was a Baptist pastor where he was living, and my mother is currently a Hebrew Israelite. Okay. Now, I never went into details on telling people about that because, like, when I mentioned the term about Hebrew Israelite and different things like that, some people didn't know what I'll be talking about that. But since this is becoming very popular now, it's only fitted for me to tell you exactly what my mother religion was. All right. So my mom was a Hebrew Israelite. So me being the one child in this household with two different type of religious belief, Baptist preacher, Hebrew Israelite. Now y'all can imagine how the household was. My father believed in one thing, my mother believed in another thing. Me and my young siblings, right? We had to attend church every day. Now, some people they just attend church on the average, which is if you go to church on a Sunday, normally you'll attend church on a Sunday and you'll attend church on a Wednesday, which normally Wednesday is Bible study. And if you was part of kind of extracurricular activities deal with the church like choir, whatever, then that's normally on the Saturday. All right, but our household, we had to attend church every single day, 7 days a week. 7 days a week. My dad taught me and my siblings about the whole foundation of the Bible, right? Learning about scriptures and everything about the Bible, right? But however, my mom was part of the Hebrew Israelite religious customs, meaning that she believed in the Sabbath, she believed in believing the Sabbath and keeping the Sabbath day holy. So meaning that on Friday nights, we had to turn off all our electronics. We had to shut everything down so we could under the Sabbath. We didn't do no cooking. We didn't do nothing. We didn't go out shopping or nothing like that. As soon as sun went down on that Friday night, and we didn't do that all the way until sundown of Saturday night. Okay, because we was honoring the Sabbath. My mom also had us honoring what is known as the feast days as well. All right, where we was honoring the Passover, Pen, what's that? Pentecost, whatever. The first fruits, feast of unleavened breads, all these different type of feasts. We had to honor that, and we had to celebrate these feasts. Celebrate new moon, everything. All in all, while my father is still teaching us, the customs of, being a Baptist minister. So it's safe for y'all to say that I have a very extensive religious background. Both of my parents taught me two different perspectives about religion. Not to mention, by me growing up through this, right? I learned a lot about the customs, the rituals, and everything. And not to mention, when I became an adult, right, I also went to school and learned about world religion. So the reason why I'm sharing this story with y'all is because I'm trying to give y'all my extensive background to let y'all know that I have knowledge about the Hebrew Israelites because I grew up with it. There's some people who have grew up actually being a Hebrew Israelite. Some people came into the faith later on when it became popular. I believe in 2017, 16, 17, that's when the Hebrew Israelite movement became very popular. All right. But even prior before that, I grew up in this. So I know everything about the customs about the Hebrew Israelites. I know about all that. I know about the history behind it and everything because I was taught that when I was young and I grew up into that. And not to mention when I became an adult, I attended, you might as well say, I call it liberal arts, but you might as well call it a seminary school and stuff where I learned about world religion. So I have a very, very strong background about religion and about the Hebrew Israelites' customs and culture and stuff, okay? So why am I sharing this with y'all? The reason why I'm sharing this with y'all is because this whole situation that was happening with Kyrie Irving, right? He had mentioned about this documentary. This documentary is this. Let me pull it up for y'all. I'm not going to show the documentary. I really want to, but I'm not going to show the documentary to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I really do want to, but so the documentary is on Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. All right. It's called Hebrew to Negroes, Wake Up Black America. Now, Kyrie Irving had posted a tweet saying that he was agreeing with what was said on this documentary. Now, on this documentary, it was given the account stating how the black people are part of the Jewish culture. In other words, the black people are the Hebrew Israelites. And on the documentary, it was stating that the white Jews, right, is not actually the true white Jews. Okay, let's make a long story short. That's pretty much what this documentary is talking about the whole entire time. So when Kyrie Irving agreed to this, right, said like, you know what, I'm feeling this. Kanye West did the same thing. You know what, I'm agreed to this. I feel this. It became an issue, and the issue is this: that it became anti-Semitic. Now tonight on this show tonight, I'm going to talk about this meaning of anti-Semitic. I'm going to talk about some highlights of this documentary as well too. I'm also going to talk about this apology that um, Kyrie Irving had given as well too. Matter of fact, let's address that right now. Let's address the apology right now. And I'm gonna want to pull that up real quick. Let me remove this, and I'm gonna want to pull that apology up real quick so y'all can see the full version of this apology. All right. Now this is from his Instagram. All right. This is what Kyrie Irving said. He said this while doing research on Yahweh, I posted a documentary that contains some false anti Semitic statements, narratives, and language that were untrue and offensive to the Jewish race religion. I take full accountability and responsible for my actions. I am grateful to have a big platform to share knowledge, and I want to move forward by having an open dialogue to learn more and grow from this. To all the Jewish families and community that were hurt and affected by my post, I am deeply sorry to have caused you pain, and I apologize. I initially reacted out of emotions to being unjustly labeled anti Semitic instead of focusing on the healing process of my Jewish brothers and sisters that were hurt from the hateful remarks made in the documentary, which I'm going to talk about that. I want to clarify any confusion on where I stand for posting the documentary without context and a factual explanation outlining the specific beliefs in the documentary. I agree and disagree with. I have no intentions to disrespect any Jewish cultural history regarding the Holocaust or uh, perpetrate any hate, which we're going to talk about the Holocaust as well too. I am learning that from this unfortunate event and hope we can find an understanding between us all. I am no different than any other human being. I am a seeker of truth and knowledge, and I know who I am. Okay. Now, to be real honest, to be very honest, I really seen this coming. To be real, to be really real. And the reason why I say this is because this is what always happened to celebrities, especially black celebrities. Nick Cannon issued an apology where they made him apologize and made him donate. Just recently, Kanye did the same exact thing. And now Kyrie is doing the same exact thing. Now, here's the question that I want y'all to ask yourself. The question you should be asking is why? You should be asking yourself, why do they go back and renege on what they say? Why did they go back and apologize for something that's basically their opinion? Why did they go back and renege on something that they said at first that this is part of their belief or their religion? And here's another question that y'all should ask yourself as well too. If we truly have freedom to believe whatever the hell we want to believe, right? If we truly have freedom in this country to believe in whatever the hell we want to believe in, right? Why is this particular thing is not acceptable? Now I mentioned three different accounts: Nick Cannon, Kanye West, Kyrie Irving. Three different accounts. All three of these counts was labeled as what? Anti-Semitic. So we should be asking ourselves these two questions. Why? Why would they renege on their word? And why, if we have freedom of speech, if we have freedom to exercise our religion without being discriminated on our religion, right? Why are these men being reprimanded based on what they believe in? Why is it acceptable? And here's something else I want y'all to think about too. I want y'all to think about this as well too. It's very fitting, it's very fitting that the things that these three men said are considered as anti-Semitic, right? But however, if y'all study Judaism, right, or the Jewish customs and stuff, right, these very people, these very people say that they are the chosen people of God, meaning that they are set apart from everyone else on the planet. And they believe in that. And they teach that in their religious customs. They teach this in their religious customs. I trust me, I know. I know because I know it because I studied it and I've seen it from my own eyes. See, I don't know if y'all ever been a part of a actual Jewish customs or actually being a part of a Jewish church or ever went to a Jewish church before, but I guarantee you that they teach that because I have been there. I have been to a lot of churches and a lot of customs, and I guarantee that they teach this to their generations. Guarantee it. They teach that they are the chosen people of God, and they also teach that us we're considered as Gentiles. So that's another question y'all should be asking. If it's considered anti-Semitic for these three men to say this, right? Why is it not considered anti-Semitic for them as well too? Why is it not considered anti-Semitic when they say that they're the chosen people of God and everybody else is beneath them? Why is it not considered as anti-Semitic when they say that God is going to come and restore their kingdom, Jerusalem, and all the stuff there through the Great Tribulation and stuff, right? They're going to be redeemed and saved while everybody else is screwed. But we fixing to dive deeper into this rabbit hole, y'all. We finna dive deep into this. Salute to everyone who's on tuning right now. Chris T, I see you. I see you, Gabe. I see you in the house right now. See you in the house as well too. But we finna dive deeper into this rabbit hole, y'all, because I'm gonna want to share some stuff with y'all that I know. See, another reason why I kind of just steer away from having these religious lives and stuff, right, is because I know how it's gonna end. That's why whenever I do talk about religion, I just kind of touch the surface of it and I just let it go. But tonight, I'm going to share with y'all what I know for real. I'm gonna give y'all the full-fledged servant of what I know, based on me growing up as a Hebrew Israelite, based on me growing up as a Baptist preacher kid, based on me going to school and knowing about the religion, based on me used to be a former pastor or youth pastor. So I'm gonna give all this to y'all, and once when I tell y'all about this, it is gonna be y'all choice on it. This whole entire show I'm doing tonight, this is not for me to try to manipulate you or anything like that. I'm just gonna give you how it is. You choose how the way you want to accept it or believe it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That is totally your choice, your life. I'm not gonna manipulate you. I'm not gonna do none of that. I'm just gonna present to you what I know. Nothing more, nothing less. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, y'all. So let's deal with this situation. All right. Now I share with y'all the apology with Kyrie, right? I share with y'all the apology with Kyrie, right? Now, I want to show this. Let me share my screen with y'all. I want to show this. Now on here, there's a certain statement that I want y'all to see on here real quick. Now, the first statement that I want y'all to pay attention to is this, right? Now, it says this statement is basically talking about how Nike is cutting ties with Kyrie, right? Now, this part right here, it says this: the next made the move Thursday, banning Irving without pay for at least 5 games, and a day later, Nike made this decision. Those actions follow a widespread criticism from among many others in the Anti-Defamation League, which we're going to talk about them as well too in a few minutes. We're going to talk about the Anti-Defamation League and the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Uh, at Nike, we believe that there is no place for hate speech, and we condemn any form of anti-Semitism. The Beaverton, Oregon-based company said. To that end, we made the decision to suspend our relationship with Kyrie Irving effective immediately, and would no longer launch the Kyrie 8, which is that was Kyrie's shoe brand. Okay. Now, when you want to read further down on this article, it's going to talk about how LeBron James is going to sit up here co-sign what everybody else is talking about. You know what I'm saying, about anti-Semitism, which I expected that for one LeBron James and all these other players. I think Charles Barkley was doing it as well too, and a lot of other either former or current basketball players who was prominent was saying the same as that thing, basically trying to reprimand Kyrie Irving, saying that he's wrong. Now, keep in mind also that his tweet and stuff, right? His tweet wasn't as bad as Kanye's, okay? Once again, his tweet wasn't as bad as Kanye's. All he said was that he disagreed with what was being said on the movie. That's all he said. Now, this what LeBron James said. He said there's no place in the world for it. Nobody can benefit from that, and I believe what Kyrie did caused harm to a lot of people. Now, here's a question that I want to address to y'all too. They are advocating, saying that what Kyrie said caused harm to people. What Kyrie said caused harm to the Jewish community. Now, here's what I want y'all to pay attention to. What type of harm by him saying words of something that he believed in messed up the Jewish community so much so that they can't function as a Jewish community? Now, once again, this is based on his words, based on something that he believed in. Now, y'all remember when I started earlier too, when I started in the beginning, I was telling y'all about my religious background. I also mentioned that the whole movement of the Hebrew Israelites was going on way before it became popular. The Hebrew Israelite movement really became popular around about 2014. That's when people really started knowing about it. But probably before that, the Hebrew Israelites been around. They've been around since I was young. The whole belief system, everything. So you mean to tell me that throughout this whole entire time, by me learning about the Hebrew Israelites, learning about part of my own heritage and stuff, right, or being a Hebrew Israelite, right? You mean to tell me that that's what's causing the Jewish community harm? If I'm not mistaken, the Jewish community is actually doing way better than me. As I'm speaking right now, the Jewish community have not lost any financial gain. I have not yet to see any tweets, any videos, or anything stated that any person that's part of the Jewish community is suffering any type of mental abuse or physical abuse based on people, black people proclaiming to be the true Hebrew Israelites. To me, they are still alive and thriving. So, how is it that Kyrie's word, Nick Cannon's word, Kanye West's word, how is it that their word was so destructive that it caused physical, mental, and spiritual harm to this community? The answer to that question is obvious. It's because it never caused no harm to them. They're not suffering because of what they said. They're not losing money or endorsements, nothing like that, because of what they said. They didn't lose their spirituality or their faith based on what they said. But however, it's very fitting that whenever someone talks about their one customs, it's considered as anti-Semitic. It's considered as anti-Semitic. Now, if y'all haven't seen this documentary, if you're interested in it, by all means, I would recommend y'all go watch this documentary so you could see for yourself and you could judge for yourself about it. Now, I am going to warn you that this documentary is 3 hours long. It is 3 hours long. And I'm also going to warn you that the first 30 to 45 minutes they sent up here endorsing their future film. They didn't even talk about the documentary yet. They endorsed their future films that he was going to put out. But I recommend y'all go see it. It's on Amazon. So I recommend y'all going to go see it and y'all draw your own conclusion about it. But however, after me watching this documentary from beginning to end, and that's analyzing, not based on me saying that I'm part of the Hebrew Israelites and all the stuff that they're right. I looked at this documentary with an open heart for me to understand both perspectives based on what was said in the documentary and also analyzing the documentary to see if there was truly things that was said that was anti-Semitic. And here's my findings that I came up with, y'all. Here's my findings. When I watched this film, everything that they was saying was based on their truth. Say that again. Based on everything that they was said on this documentary, it was based on their truth. Meaning that everything that they've been taught or they learn about this is their truth. It's their absolute reality. Same concept about religion. Now I don't know none of y'all religion background stuff. I don't know if y'all Christian. I don't know if y'all want believe in Buddhism. I don't know if you want atheist or wherever it is. I don't know. I don't know. But I can guarantee you this one fact about it is that it is based on a truth that you decide to acquire into your immediate reality. This documentary is no different from that. It is based on the truth. Now, since I'm talking about this, let's talk about these people real quick. I want to let's talk about the Anti-Defamation League. All right. Now, if y'all not familiar with who the Anti-Defamation League are, the Anti-Defamation League, they are a Jewish group. Okay, I guess a Jewish nonprofit organization, if that's what you want to call them. Now, this group has something to say about the one film that I want to address to y'all. All right. Let me see if it's pulled up right here. I'm gonna get to it. Mm-mm-mm. All right, the Anti Defamation League. Let's go to their website. All right. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm pulling up the Anti Defamation League is because of this. Now, here's my thought process behind this. Okay. Here's my thought process behind this. Now, once again, I stated that the film is based on their truth. So, meaning that they took the time out to put together different type of information to make this film as truthful as possible based on their perspective. Now, throughout this whole entire documentary, right? The um the people who put it together and also the author and everyone, they made sure that every point that they made, they had cited their sources throughout the whole entire film. They cited their sources, whether it was through a religious text, whether it's citing certain quotes. They make sure that they had cited their sources throughout this whole entire film from beginning to end. Now, here's my thought process behind this, and this is going with the one ADL right now. If everything that they were saying was false, right? If everything what they were saying is based on anti-Semitism, right? Why didn't the ADL put out a counter documentary and showing their perspective about it? Say like, hey, everything what they saying this it's historically inadequate. It ain't accurate. Here is our accounts based on the research that we got. Why they didn't put out a documentary citing their sources, citing everything that they said to be false. Y'all remember throughout the time where through Facebook, they probably still got this right now, but I don't be on Facebook like that no more. But y'all remember this whole thing with Facebook when whenever you put a post out, right, immediately these people known as fact checkers will immediately fact check your stuff that you put out right then and there. Y'all remember that? So I'm curious to want to know why the checkers did put out a documentary countering what they were saying in this current documentary. So like, okay, this is what this is what it is, but they didn't do that. But instead, this is what they did. This what they did is instead they did this. They put out bullet points, not a documentary, not no sources behind what they're saying, like the gentleman did on their documentary where they cited all their sources, right, where they got it from. No sources whatsoever. All they did was did a bullet point. And they published this November the 3rd, 2022 on their website. And they got it under extremism, terrorism, bigotry. And this is what they said on their bullet points. They said the 2018 film Hebrew to Negroes, based on the director Ronald Dalton Jr. book series of the same name, is a 3+ hour effort to prove the black Hebrew Israelites believe that certain people of color, including black Americans, are the true descendants of the biblical Israelites. That's their first bullet point. Notice they have not counter against it. They have not quoted any type of sources or nothing. No peer reviews or nothing like that. Even on the documentary, when they was quoting their sources, they even gave peer review sources as well too in the documentary. But right here, that is giving bullet points. Whenever people give them bullet points based on writing, it is based on opinion. So look, the film promotes belief commonly found among anti-Semitic and extremist factions of the BHI movement, including claims that the modern Jews are imposters who stole the religious heritage of black people and have engaged in a cover-up to prevent black people from knowing their true identity. Okay, so where's your sources to say that what they're saying is false? Where's your sources? Where is your sources to prove them wrong? Or what they're saying? No sources. While much of the film deals with the historical and genetic arguments about various racial and ethnic groups, which the film do that, by the way. Like I say, that film gave sources. They even gave genetic sources as well too. But while much of the film deals with historical and genetic arguments about various racial and ethnic groups, it also included extensive anti-Semitism of what, including claims of a global Jewish conspiracy to oppress and defraud black people, allegations that Jews are in part responsible for the transatlantic slave trades, which that is partially false. That is not what they said. Then it said in the claim that the Jews falsified the history of the Holocaust in order to conceal their nature and protect the status and power, which that is this statement is false as well too. When I looked at this documentary did say nothing about that. And say nothing about that. Now, the film also amplifies long-standing anti-Semitic truths about Jewish power, control, and greed, including false claims that Jews control the media, disputes about the identity of the modern Jews, claiming they are religious converts who descended from the Khazars and have no historical connection to the land of Israel, which the film did say that. To support its claims, the film cites statements. See, David said it. The film cites statements from prominent anti-Semitic and notorious anti-Semitic texts as supposed evidence of the true nature and identity of Jewish people. For example, the film includes passages from Henry Ford's The International Jew and purported thoroughly similarly fabricated quotations from Adolf Hitler. The film also advertised the book on which is based, which features even more explicit anti-Semitism, including quotes from the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, a longer passage of the Holocaust denial, attacks on Zionism, conspiratorial claims about the Rothschilds, and more. In October 2022, professional basketball player Kyrie Irving, a repeat NBA All-Star and member of the Brooklyn Nets, shared a link to the film with his 4.1 million Twitter followers. Irving eventually deleted the tweets 3 days later after initially telling reporters that he was not going to stand down. Irving has since issued a public apology and statement addressing the problematic nature of the film and its role of promoting it. Now, once again, y'all, they're not citing sources. They're not showing us why this is considered as anti-Semitic to them. They're not showing us why what they're saying is false. No sources, no nothing. And what's interesting about this, y'all, is this. What's interesting is that people, including prominent people, went onto their own website and took what they said as face value without at least going to find out for themselves to see which either side is true or false or whatever. People just took it as face value and ran with it. Now, my whole argument is this so far. This is my whole argument on this. If the claims of what the Hebrew Israelites is saying is false, my argument is to prove it to be false. That's my argument on this. If it's false, prove it. Show us everything that they're saying is not correct. Just as the same way that this gentleman took the time out to show how everything was correct with the one Jewish community. Show us. That's all I'm saying. That's my argument behind it. Show us. But through this, no one, no sources, no nothing. Even with the I don't know if y'all seen that interview, right? Even with the one, the second interview that Nick Cannon did, when Nick Cannon was sitting up there talking to a rabbi, right? Even then, the rabbi wasn't even citing no type of sources to prove the claim to be false. He was just still stuck in the narrative, like, yeah, what you did, it hurt our feelings, it made us feel some type of way, and we felt bad, and yeah, that's what he was talking about through the whole entire discussion. He didn't pull out books and say, okay, let me show you. According to what I believe, this is what this is. Okay, here's history. According to history, this is the account of what really happened. You can make your choice for yourself, but here's our information that we got. Never said that through that interview. Never said that. And y'all think I'm lying about that? Y'all go back and pull that interview up on YouTube. All they did was have a conversation. He wasn't going and proving the wrong. He was going through the whole point that, yeah, it was anti-Semitic. It was a prejudice and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's all they had in that whole entire conversation. So that's what I'm saying with me. If it's wrong, prove it. So we can decide. But that's the thing about this stuff too, is that like the average person, right? If you have not been to like seminary school, if you haven't been to no type of liberal arts school, and you just have basic knowledge about religion, then you're not going to go back and try to seek out the truth. You're going to take wherever that person's tell you as face value, whether it's being presented to you in the media or it's the one your preacher or pastor or whoever tell you about it. You're just going to take it as face value because you believe it's true, because you trust that person who tell you it's true. But it's different when you have that type of additional training and knowledge about religion. When you have that additional training and knowledge about religion, then your whole mentality will change. You'll have a different perspective because you know a whole lot more than the average person. But just like I say, the this part here is talking about the among the film's claim. Now this it's talking about black people are now finding out that they are the real lost children of Israel. In turn, they're realizing that the Septuagint, Askati, and Mizrahi Jews in Israel are just religious converts with no biblical blood connection to the ancient 12 tribes of Israel. It's a Septuagint and the Askiski Jews falsely claim that there are from the tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Why did they decide to steal the identity of the real black Israelites that they sold into slavery? Now, instead of them trying to rebuttal what they're saying, they send up here ask a question. Well, if if they saying this, then what's up with this whole conspiracy? Why would we do that to begin with in the first place? Which they clearly stated in a documentary the reason why. So it's not for you to ask the question again, it's for you to prove them wrong. But like I say on here, they're not proving them wrong. They're just giving their opinion. They're giving their opinion. Now, I'm not going to go through all this. Once again, this is on our website. You can, for y'all this time, if y'all interested in this for real, learning about this, you could go to their website and you can want to check it out on your leisure time. But I want to bring this also up too. Let's talk about this anti-Semitic word. All right, what does it mean to be anti-Semitic? Let's find out. Now, according to the dictionary, anti-Semitic means this. It means anti-Semitic means hostile to or prejudice against Jewish people. Hostile to or prejudice against Jewish people. What does prejudice mean? Prejudice means a perceived opinion that is not based on reason or actual experience. According to law, it means harm or injury that results and may result from some action or judgment. It also means to give rise to prejudice in someone, to make bias. The last but not least, it means to cause harm to a state of affairs. So once again, through this documentary that they put out, right, is it really anti-Semitic? Did they really cause harm to the Jewish community? If so, show us. Show us how they cause harm to the Jewish community based on their belief, based on their religious belief. Show us how. How did it happen? Show us. A couple of weeks ago, I was talking to y'all about George Floyd, right? And I was talking to y'all about the Black Lives Matter movement and stuff, right? At least with that, at least with that, at least within that movement, that organization is showing the how. Even though I don't agree with the organization, but at least they are showing the how. How is it causing us harm? And they showing it how, based on their opinion. This is how. We believe that we're going to cause harm based on police brutality. And here are certain different type of evidence or videos or whatever they want to show is supporting our claim. At least they're showing the how. So likewise, in the same situation, if this film is causing you harm, if this film is causing you prejudice, if this film is considered as anti-Semitic, show us how. Don't just say it, oh, you're anti-Semitic. Okay, how? How? This is no different from the same people who are part of the LGBTQ community, right? Where they'll set up here and point out to a person to say, hey, you're being homophobic. And then your response will be, how? How am I being homophobic? If I'm being homophobic, show me the error of my way. Show me the how. Show me how I'm doing it so I could correct myself. I can make the choice to either correct myself or not. Show me how. But so far, the Jewish community haven't showed us how. How is it hurting you? How is it affecting you? Are y'all business being shut down? Or y'all losing money? Did your wife divorce you? I don't know. Show us how. Show us how. So we can see it. That way we could go back and consider it. We can say, like, you know what? Man, that probably really is anti-Semitic. They're losing money. Their community is falling apart based on me saying that I'm a black Jew. But show us how. I can one guarantee right now, y'all could go right now and y'all do y'all research for yourself. But I guarantee that you're not gonna find nothing on social media, anything that's gonna show people documenting that they didn't had any type of harm done based on what Kyrie Irving said, based on what the belief what the Hebrew Israelites said. I guarantee you ain't gonna find it nowhere. Guarantee it. I haven't seen no tweets. I haven't seen nobody did a TikTok video saying, "Hey y'all, this is me, Gary. I'm a Jew from on TikTok. I'm just letting y'all know that Kyrie Irving statement was anti-Semitic and it caused me harm, and this is how I done lost my job. I done lost my finances. Hell, I even lost my mind. See, I haven't seen none of that. I haven't seen none of that. So that's what I'm saying. Show us the how. Show us how it's anti-Semitic. Then maybe it could be unconsidered. If they decide, it could be considered like, you know what? Part of my belief is that I don't want to cause harm to my fellow human. So let me rectify this situation. Now let's talk about this Holocaust thing, okay? I believe, I believe, I believe that the reason why the Jewish community was going against Kyrie Irving when he agreed with this video, this documentary, it's not because he agreed with the documentary, but I believe that one part of the documentary when they was talking about the Holocaust, that is made it as an excuse. They made it as an excuse to say, hey, yeah, this is it. This is the part. This is the part where we say it's anti-Semitic because they send up here discrediting the Holocaust. Now let me show y'all this real quick. Did I already have this pulled up? I made. Oh, let me show y'all this also too while we talking about this. All right. How many of y'all are familiar with your history? All right. How many of y'all familiar with your history? Let me ask y'all this question: when did the events of the Holocaust took place? What years? What years did the Holocaust event took place? Don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna let y'all know. Let's get it. According to Wikipedia, now the Holocaust it happened between 1941 and 1945. It was on during World War II. But it was between 1941 and 1945. Now here's another one history question I want to ask y'all. All right. As the Holocaust was happening, right, between 1941 and 1945, let me ask y'all this another history question. What was happening to the black Americans or the black Negro Americans roughly around that same time? Do y'all know? Do y'all know what happened? What was happening to the black and Negro Americans between that same time period, between 1941 and 1945? If you say it's slavery, you guessed it. Our ancestors was getting out of the post-slavery era. Matter of fact, um, if I'm not mistaken, we was getting out of the post-slavery era, and also I believe that was the time when we was when they had issued the what's the name of that crap? I hate it when I lose my train of thought. You know what I'm talking about? The Civil Rights Act. Yeah, that's what it is. That's roughly during the time when they issued the civil rights. Roughly after the time when President Lincoln issued out the Emancipation Proclamation. So now within this time period, where our ancestors are dealing with post-slavery, and we're now entering, we're past the antebellum era. We're passing that now. We're passing through the Underground Railroad and all the events that happened with the Underground Railroad and all stuff. We're passing all that now, and now we're entering into the era which is known as segregation. So while the Holocaust was happening, our ancestors, our black Negro ancestors in America, was still getting out of slavery, entering into segregation. But however, it's very interesting that they only try to focus on the Holocaust as being this major catastrophic event. But however, guess what they do to us over here? They tell us to forgive and forget. They tell us to don't worry about what happened to your ancestors in the past. But yet and still, they want us to remember the Holocaust. Forget what your ancestors been through, but remember the Holocaust. And it would behoove me if I didn't tell y'all this, but also during the Holocaust, right? It wasn't just the white Jews that um, Germany was eradicating. There are some black Jews that was over there as well too. But that particular history is way more important than what happened in the Americas. So I'm kind of curious, y'all. Kind of curious. Whenever we talk about these things, talk about the Holocaust, and we talk about it in a way where the Jewish community don't agree with, it's considered as anti-Semitic. So here's my question: what is it called when the people here in America tell us to forget our history and heritage of our ancestors being through slavery. What do we call that? What do we call that? And furthermore, why isn't it an outcry of that? Of course, in a modern day world, there's an outcry for police brutality. But where's the outcry where they want us to forget about the history that our ancestors been through slavery? What's the outcry for that? Was the council culture for that? The answer to the question is this: is that um, us black people, or I would even say us black Hebrew Israelites over here in this land, we don't have no power over here, but they have power. They have more than enough power to shut up prominent figures such as Kyrie Irving, such as Kanye West, such as Nick Cannon, and other people. They have power to do that, but we don't have the power to do that. Reason why we don't have the power to do it is because we never put ourselves in position and power to do it. Let's be real about it. We never put ourselves in position and power to do it. But they have. They absolutely have. So yeah, during this time, why the Holocaust was happening, our ancestors was going through segregation. There was also enlisting. Well, I wouldn't say enlist. That's pretty much forcing our ancestors to be a part of that war as well too. If y'all didn't know that, part of the war didn't have nothing to do with us, but that was forcing our ancestors to become soldiers to fight for a cause that didn't have nothing to do with us. But that's neither here nor there. Now, are y'all familiar with Harold Wallace Rathel? I'm pretty sure some of y'all probably not familiar with this dude, but I'm gonna share this with y'all because this was part of the documentary too, and this was part of the Jewish people claim, saying that some stuff was anti-Semitic. Their claims, all right. So I'm sure a couple of quotes that this dude did, all right. Now keep in mind, Harold Wallace is a Jew, all right. He's a white Jew, all right. So here he is. Let's go through it. Now, the very first quote you see up there that this dude said: "Most Jews do not like to admit it, but our God is Lucifer, and we are His chosen people." Now, this dude, he done wrote in books and everything. He's dead. If y'all don't know about him, what happened to him is that this dude was murdered through a one terrorist. Uh, oh, it was some terrorists that came. He was at, I forgot what place he was at, but some terrorists came and raided the place and ended up murdering him and some other people as well too. But yeah, he also said we Jews have put issues upon issues to American people. Then we promote both sides of the issue as confused Koreans. With their eyes fixed on the issues, they fail to see who is behind every scene. We Jews tour with American public as cat toys with a mouse. He said we have castrated society through fear and intimidation. Its manhood exists only in a combination with a feminine outward appearance. Being so neutered, the populace have become docile and easily ruled. As all gentleness in nature, their thoughts are not involved with the concerns of the future and their posterity, but only with their present toil and the next meal. Now, let me share this one. Now, this one, this is the one, the comment that really got them mad for real. But anti-Semitism does not significantly um, opposition to Semitism. There is no such thing. It is an expression. It is an expression we Jews use effectively as a smear word used to brand as bigot, like you guys. Anyone who brings criticism against Jews, we use it against hate mongers. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because this is one of the quotes that was used in this in that documentary. Now, here's my conclusion on this matter. Right. First of all, my first conclusion is this: I believe that Kyrie Irving sold himself short. I believe that Kyrie Irving should have just stood his ground. If this is based on his belief, then it's his belief. There was another athlete, right? Another athlete that had stood his ground based on what he believed in, and it cost him a lot, and he stayed to it. This athlete is known as Cassius Clay, which is better known as Muhammad Ali. They told Muhammad Ali that, hey, if you don't listen to why on war, we're gonna take your title away from you, and we're gonna do all these other different things to you as well too. And we want a public apology with all the stuff that you've been saying lately. Don't this sound familiar? But Muhammad Ali stood his ground, and he didn't care if he lost endorsements. He didn't care if he lost money. He said what he said. And I believe that when it's dealing with your belief, your religious belief, that according to this country that we all reside in, that we have every right to believe in what we believe in and stand by it. And for people to go out and try to reprimand you based on your belief, it is cruel, it is unfair, it is unjust, it is very manipulative. And on top of that, it is like a mental public execution. We're going to show this person that you'll never speak against us like this ever again. And so other people who are looking right, they're like, well, Kyrie Irving, he reneged. So there's no hope in the community. And that's the reason why they do it. That's the reason why they do it. So I believe Kyrie Irving should have stood his ground and didn't and do not unwaver it, because throughout my experience, once again, throughout my experience, throughout my knowledge, everything that Kyrie was believing in, and also a lot of things that was stated in that documentary, it was accurate. It is historically accurate, and it's historically true. Y'all who are watching right now, and y'all watching right now, and y'all, Y'all watching right now, y'all want black Americans, you're African Americans, you're watching right now. If you're part of the Hispanic population, if you're a Mexican, if you're Indian, all of y'all are part of the Hebrew Israelite tribe. Every last one of y'all. Y'all have blood inheritance. And I know this without a shadow of doubt. I know this. Y'all have a blood inheritance. The things that they be saying, like, the Hebrew Israelites be out in the street, the same things they be saying, they be true. I agree with them on that. And I always said this, that I agree on the historical part about us and the bloodline and also I agree with that because I know it's true. But the only disconnect I have with both parties, the Hebrew Israelites and the white Jews, is this is the only disconnect I have. And this what made me strayed away from religion. The only disconnect I have is when they say that they are the chosen people of God. I don't agree with that. The black Hebrewites believe in that. The white Jews believe in that. I don't agree with that because to me, it logically it doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. Why would God create all these different people, all these different nationalities and stuff like that throughout the whole entire planet? That through his whole creation process, hey, I'm going to correct something that I'm going to give favor to and correct these separate people that God wants to give favor to. To me, logically, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to do that? Because if that be the case, if you wanted to have one favorite plaything, right? To me, logically speaking, you would just only create that one plaything and be done with it. You want to create all these other things and whatever stuff like that. Like, yeah, here's the main one. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now that right there, to me, because it's considered as prejudice and it can be considered as anti-Semitic to me. Because you're literally saying that this group of people is better than everyone else on this planet. And to top it off, that these group of people, they're going to be the only one who going to inherit the kingdom of God while everybody else either burn in hell or wherever it is that you say about your religion that's going to happen. Some people say get raptured up or whatever it is. I don't agree with that. Never have and I never will. Because like I say, logically, it doesn't make any sense to me. Unless y'all can want to prove me wrong to where it makes sense, then maybe I'll consider it. But logically, no, it doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, I don't agree with that. Never have, and I never will. And furthermore, based on this and based on me having discussions I done had discussions with both groups. And that's what makes me different, is that I literally had discussions with both groups. Hebrew Israelites and the white Jewish people as well too. Because like I said, I've been to their temples and their synagogues, had conversations with them, I read out of the Torah and everything with them. Everything. Had unleavened bread and all that good old stuff. But that's what separated me. Like, nah, mm-mm. Like, nah, I can't rock with that because it just don't seem right to me. And then it came to the point where they was telling me that either you're gonna accept this or you're gonna be a part of being what is known as a Gentile. So I chose the latter. I guess I'm a Gentile to them, even though I have my blood coursing through me or being the one Hebrew Israelite. But that's the reason why I went away from religion because I just had enough of the bullshit behind religion, had enough of it, had enough of the separation, had enough of the prejudice behind it, had enough of people thinking that they're better than each other. God give you favor. Just had enough of it. Furthermore, I had enough of us not taking accountability for our own personal action as well too. We be using religion as a scapegoat to get away from our own personal actions that we do and our own choices that we make in life. It don't be no devil, it don't be no God, it don't be no demons. It be us who make them choices. But when I address that and address the accountability, I get exiled. So I just say fine. But that's the reason why. That's the reason why I'm in the space that I am right now. But yes, historically, genetically, it is accurate. That is dead accurate that people are that melanin people really are part of the tribe of Israel and all the stuff. Y'all really are. Y'all really are. And I'm being as honest with y'all as possible about that. Even in like I told y'all earlier, even in the seminary schools and stuff like that, that I intended to, or liberal arts schools I attended to, they say that's the trip part about it, that they say the same as that thing. They say the same as that thing. Genetically, you are, and they teach that genetically black people are part of the tribe of Israel. All of us. So, well, if you believe in that or not, that is totally up to you. But I would say this is that if it's something that you're curious about finding out your bloodline and stuff, by all means, I would go through the process of tracing down your genealogy and stuff. I'll go down tracing your bloodline. I trace down my bloodline, and my bloodline is that I'm a part of the Yoruba tribe. Trace it all the way down to I'm part of the Yoruba tribe. They were my ancestors, which is they're located in West Africa. So, if you're interested in that, by all means, trace down your roots. Find out who you really are. Then the last thing too, and then I'll not be done with this live is this is that one of the biggest things that these gentlemen pointed out in the documentary is this is that us black people, we never needed, quote unquote, a savior or a god because we already naturally spiritual because it's rooted in our DNA to be spiritual. It's rooted in our DNA to be connected to nature. Now I know this is true because a lot of y'all feeling this way right now. A lot of y'all going to these churches and synagogues right now, and y'all be feeling like y'all feel out of place, like you don't belong there. But you just go there because everybody else is doing it. It's a social gathering, and you don't want to feel left out. So you just do it, or you do it out of tradition. But deep down inside, you feel that dang, it just I just feel it. I feel like I don't belong here. Then the moment when you leave out of the church or synagogue and you start being one with nature, you start being in your home, you're just doing things. Some of y'all be in your home, so y'all go outside the store worshiping and all this stuff there, right? Why is it that when you're worshiping in the comfort of your home, right, that is way more powerful? You worship in the comfort of your home, you feel way more powerful, you feel way more presence of the energy of the God that's in you. than when you go to no churches or synagogue. Because when you go to the churches or synagogue, especially modern day churches, right, you don't feel the spiritual energy. What you do is feel the emotions, and that's what they do. They manipulate you with your emotions to make you think that you're having a actual spiritual connection, but in reality you're not. This is the reason why y'all go out and after you done had this whole emotional high and stuff, right? This is the reason why when y'all go out and leave that church, you do the same damn thing that you did when you went into that church, living the same crazy life. Nothing ever changed. That's the reason why. Because you only have an emotional connection. It is not a spiritual connection versus when you be at home. When you're at home and you decide to worship or whatever stuff, right? There's nothing there to cause you to have an emotional connection. So you have no other choice but to experience a spiritual connection, something that's already built in you. That's why it's way more powerful when you're at home and things happen to you. Like say for example, you're worshiping and doing all your thing, you're going through your rituals and stuff like that, and you're feeling sick, or is a certain type of need that you want that you're trying to acquire or whatever, right? This is why it seems like your quote unquote prayers get answered where you in the presence of yourself versus in the church. It's for that very reason because it's a spiritual connection versus a emotional connection. That's the reason why. And this what some of y'all who believe in the Bible and stuff, right? This what make the scripture true about that you are the living church because the church is in you. The God is in you. The energy of God is already in you. It's built in your DNA. So I'm just throwing that out there for free for y'all. But yeah, like I say, that's my only description. My description I have is them saying that we're chosen people. That's the only thing. But other than that, yeah, I agree with them on that. And I don't care about being counseled or anything like that because I know it's true. I know it is, and they know it's true too. That's why I believe they haven't did a documentary on proving them wrong because they know it's true. But they could show Kawam counsel your mouth. They could show cover your mouth up like they doing. They could do that fast. Before it's trying to prove them wrong, they can't do it because they know that they're telling the truth. Because other than that, they'll be fact checking them and everything, like they did with everything else that happened in this world. So it does something for y'all to think about. Now, if you haven't seen this documentary yet, like I say, I highly recommend you want to go watch it for yourself and you draw your own conclusion. And like I always, especially when I be having conversations about religion and my personal beliefs, I'm not trying to force y'all to believe in what I believe in. All right, I'm not trying to manipulate y'all or anything like that. I'm just showing y'all my perspective. But at the end of the day, it is your choice. It is your journey. You go find out for yourself. If you believe in it, you believe in it. If you don't believe in it, you simply don't believe in it. It is fine. It is fine. Well, Urban, what if I don't believe in it and you don't look at me the same, blah blah blah. I'm beyond that. If you don't believe in it, I'll still treat you the same way as I treat you if you do believe in it. I mean, no difference. Unless you do something totally disrespectful to me. But other than that, I'll treat you the same exact way how I treat everybody else because it don't matter to me. I have I have the same type of relationship with a person who's a believer, as the same way I have a person who's same relationship with a person who's an atheist. Have the same relationship with a person who believe in Wicca, believe in Luciferium, believe in Satanism, different like that. My opinion about a person doesn't change unless they give me a reason. And it's not going to be based on their religious belief. It's going to be based on their character of them as being a person or being a human. So that's what I say. It don't matter to me. Rock on. So yeah, it's out there. A lot of different information is out there for y'all to find out. Then y'all go through that on your own journey. I'm just here to just telling your minds. That's it. So y'all make the choice on that. Hopefully things will be better, but I doubt it because this thing to open up a whole new rabbit hole that y'all need to be ready for real. So a lot more things that they're coming in the future that y'all truly need to be ready for. Y'all, and when I say ready, I mean that y'all need to be ready to know who you really are because it's gonna get pushed to the point where you're gonna have to know your identity. If you're not grounded and rooted on who you are, like I had pointed out this to y'all as well too on one of my shows, and I was telling y'all about the huge push about by mental health. Right? There's a reason behind that, and the reason behind it is this: is that if you could get somebody like a therapist or something like that to go and manipulate you into a belief system that they already been programmed to believe in, and now they're programming you to believe in the same. Guess what? You have absolutely positively have lost your identity. Your new identity is what they want you to be. But to prevent all of that is for you to go out on your own journey and find out exactly who you are, why do you do what you do, why do you think the way that you think. And I guarantee that when y'all be on that journey and find out the truth about yourself, then you will be truly just like what the scriptures say that you'll be free. You know the truth and you'll be free because the truth not only set you free, but it made you free. That scripture will become true within you. It's because for the first time in your life, you'll be absolutely free. Absolutely free. But the choice is yours, y'all.